just got to make the shot and make it happen. They've got that one chance heading into a set.
Sorry.
So we'll have to see how they're able to push all the way through, because I'm sure God's Rain, they will
बटन
want
दब
to
गया
win
गलती
this
से
one.
एंड स्ट्रीम का सॉरी
God's Rain likely to give their all, and that's what we are here ready to witness. But of course, before we start off any match, we've got to,
Sid
our
going huge.
follow tradition, and that comes in the form of some minor.
बटन दब गया बे गलती से अरे वो चश्मा निकलने के बटन दब गया
From what I'm being told, it's something really minor. So at the max, maybe 2 minutes. That's nothing in the context of this matchup, man. Which is gonna be heated, and hey, still could go the distance, right? Both of us wanted this to go to a complete 3-mapper because Bine's gonna be an absolute blockbuster to end this entire story off with. Considering both these teams' performance on Bine, it's something that you certainly at home need to look out for, ladies and gentlemen. This entire day
बस
is gonna
is
be
me I guess
the last day of this.
अरे वो चश्मा निकलने के बटन दब गया यार
Fun, right? This playoffs.
एक सेकंड गाइस मेरे को कॉल आ रहा है इट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कॉल आई नीड टू पिक इट अप
The lower bracket ones, we truly got to see teams like Reckoning, like One Chance, like God's Rain, make a name and make a narrative for themselves. And sure, the narrative for those few teams might have ended, and that's what these two teams are fighting off against, for their narrative to continue and for them to continue to live on to fight in the Pentapro series.
And look, that fight is what we want to witness. That desire almost within these particular players, the yearning to be at the top and to be the very best. They've got to show that fight today. They've got to show that within themselves, they've got this innate ability, not just to reset, not just to recalibrate, but more importantly, bounce back stronger, just like a lion would when their backs are against the wall. God's Rain, they've got to live up to their very name. I think one thing that we can expect from Revenant is once they're in control, they're not a team to easily let it go. So this, again, the starting aspects of these maps so crucial, because the team that gets that pistol, we've seen so many bonus go the other way, where the buy does not work out and it all falls apart in that particular round. Those bonuses can be so damn crucial if a team plays them right.
True, man. You know, the one player that I'm really excited to even have, I've had the opportunity to interview was Excali. That's again for this tournament, so that's something that you'll have to stick around a little later for the stream. If I'm not wrong, after the next matchup, we might have it. I mean, if you really do want it, let us know in chat. But one thing that we did get to learn from Excali is the fact that to reach the top, to reach the absolute pinnacle of even in the sense SEA, Valorant, you need to go through a lot of those losses. Because unless you lose, you don't learn. Unless you learn, you don't go ahead. And unless you go ahead, you don't become the best, right? So it takes a lot of losses for you to then take a chance at success. Because in the road of success, success is the end goal. Failure is how you get there. So I had an entire chat with him, and we got to exchange a couple of really insightful conversations about the entirety of not only the Southeast Asian scene, but how this entire tournament has transpired for VLT. One thing that I do learn from a player like Excali is the fact that in a market like South Asia, right, he truly has a very unique ability to blend his personality into the game, which makes for a very unique byproduct in the form of a very entertaining player to see. And that's something that I truly feel like, will be a very nice storyline for later on in the tournament as we get to see him duke it off against Dean Blue. But we do get to see Revenant and God's Rain duke it off in map 2, ladies and gentlemen. God's Rain, their last leg in the Pentapro series as they vie to fight the SEA representatives we have on board. And they have one chance to push it the distance. Revenant Esports starting this pistol with the advantage, taking out Vibor crucially, a key piece to what could be a disastrous post plant removed from the equation. And Blackhawk in big positioning. No! The white swing, it betrays him!
Word cut down, but Revenant still able to hold it down. It's Ching and Whimp in a matter of succession get consecutive picks, and Whimp he doubles down. Revenant pick up right where they left off. A crucial pistol right here. Should be able to help one tap guard get his hands. What is this? Oh wow, it's that motivational aspect every single round. the claps coming out. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let's go. I can feel the energy. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let's go. R&B. Oh yeah.
Let's go, man. This is the stuff we love to see, you know? Like, I'll be honest, even like in the games I play, right? And we play just for fun, right? See, we don't play to compete, to be the best in SEA. You need to keep the same kind of energy. You need to keep the same kind of morale. Beautiful flash, dude. Nightrider just got destroyed by that flash. No cap.
Destroyed. It seems like God's reign in this round will likely be the same. But Hope's actually able to recover his Spectre and pull crucial one back. One tap God now left very low. He's gonna have to make sure he doesn't peek out. I'm sure somebody takes first contact. Exactly that much crossing into pocket. And Hope's walks into his process. Very curious that I totally expected Hope to just close the door and try to get the plot, because that would have been a good eco.
But hey, I mean, they still did take 3 weapons out of the hands of Revenant. So all things said and done, considering their investment was just what, a shorty and a frenzy, they couldn't have asked for more. Got their fair share. Man, surprising that Hoax and Sai were even able to trade that off. It almost looked done and dusted. But nonetheless, look at Revenant's buy now. Is that even considered a buy? Bucky, Ghost, Sheriff, and a little bit of aggression from one tap god to get information.
Flash and dash coming out, I really do like it, because in that eco, it gives them the opportunity to take matters into their own hands, but they're just not able to find one. One tap god now in a very one and done position, still manages to pick one out, and it's crucial. He's setting up the bait for Whimp. The crossfire now coming down as Revenant. They make sure they make God's Reign pay in that choke point. Oaks again left all by his lonesome in a 1v2. He's got to make the right decisions. Has no idea where both of them are. He's making sure he checks his flank. The Witcher's 35 HP. Oaks with an impossible task. Thankfully for him, OG, he's got the better weapon.
Yeah, and the spike more importantly. Do like a gentleman. Still not in position to make the cross again. With such low HP, he really can't be taking unnecessary risks here. However, if he doesn't even out the numbers before the plant, it does make it significantly harder. Utility, down on top, the door, firmly broken, and the white swing. Yeah. Dude, it's like, what, 2 in the afternoon? Ching, really wanting to feel dirty already.
Again, Revenant. They picked up exactly where they left off from Icebox, and you can see God's Reign, they're devastated, not just in their faces, but their economy as well. Forced onto a eco. As it's just now 2 Spectres, a couple of Sheriffs, and a Frenzy to try and pull the impossible off. God's Reign, lost and confused. It's almost like someone's playing Ringa-Ringa-Rosie with them, and they're just facing vertigo. They can't go anywhere. They don't understand what's going on. And Revenant, they're absolutely setting up a bulldozer affair. Now with one tap on that operator, does get smoked off, but almost landed the blind shot.
Josh is anticipating this kind of an aggressive stance, but
No,
the
the
flash
flash!
was brilliant from Sai. Josh tried his very best to maybe lay down a little utility for the cover. Ching not trying to watch just yet before finally emerges to find the trade. However, it's still the numbers even inside. So close! Oh, he finds the thing, but not the kill! No! Blackhawk, he's not able to shrouded step his way to safety. And one tap card left alongside Whimp, but Whimp not close for the support. He has a little bit of utility to work with. The fragment to try and push back the board just a teeny bit. And Hoax pushes back Whimp with that recon. Still having a small ability to isolate the frags. However, Vibor, more than competent in his 1 versus 1, finally breaks the streak for God's Reign. Revenant punished.
Crucial turn, no less. That flash, Josh is getting stuck at the very end of that switch. A little unlucky for sure, but that flash beautifully timed to ensure that he gets put into that position. God's Reign, they pull a crucial one back. The Thrifty will give them a lot of confidence and most importantly, breaks Revenant's economy to remind them that still anything can happen. God's Reign, they just gotta take it round by round and persevere. Again, starting off in this default, taking A main control. They've got the Killjoy lockdown to make it work, and with so much free A main control being taken, surely they just leave someone here and then regroup towards that B side because they pulled off the rotations. Look at Revenant, 4-man on this A side.
Sorry, mic muted था. We are back. I'm sorry. I was saying कि मैं कमलजीत से बात कर रहा था. कोई छुपा नहीं रहा. आप लोग को डायरेक्ट बता रहा हूँ. कमलजीत से बात कर रहा था because मेरे को इस सीन को बढ़ाना नहीं है. I want to avoid at all cost. मेरा कमलजीत से बात हो रहा था. मेरा सवाल वही था कि मैंने जो स्ट्रीम पे किया वो ऑफेंसिव था, ये था, वो था, जो भी. कमलजीत बोला कि नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं था. वो अपने प्लेयर से बात करेगा. उसको भी आइडिया नहीं है कि उनका ऐसा रिएक्शन क्यों निकला. That's it. बात करेगा, मेरे को अपडेट करेगा. क्या सीन? ये भी अबे आधे घंटे का स्ट्रीम होगा क्या मेरा? फाइनल्स कितने टाइम के बाद है इसके बाद? गुड डिसीजन. हाँ मतलब सी I genuinely wanted to know whether I was negative in that stream, whether I said something that was offensive. मैं उनके साथ ऐसे ही मस्ती कर रहा था जो मैं सिमर और एक्सकाली के साथ करता हूँ, because I have known those players. And to feel so offended and to say such things on stream is something I don't appreciate. शादी करने के उम्र में मैनेजर ये सब बोलना, पर्सनल कमेंट्स पास करना, बहुत गंदी चीजें बोल सकता हूँ मैं, बट मेरे को अवॉइड करना है क्योंकि अब भी उनका करियर उनका भी स्टार्ट हुआ है. बहुत छोटे हैं यार. I would like to avoid it as much as possible.
Dubai.
God's Reign, they seem to have reset.
Shania. Hi Shania, welcome to the stream.
Presence from Revenant, however, they're relying on utility.
I hope you're doing good.
They're trying to focus
I hope
towards
it's
mid
not
from
a
short.
fake
However,
account.
with them being smoked off, information is going to be slightly delayed. Revenant are still very much focused towards that B main hit, which is not going to be anytime soon. Blackhawk, he actually finds Hoax in that exposed position. You'd assume he'd be playing with Knight Rider in tandem. Knight Rider needs to enable the tailwind to try and get back to safety. But with Blackhawk,
अबे छोड़ो बे, Watchparty वगैरह क्या रखा है Watchparty में? Hi Shania.
Is it really safety?
Welcome to the stream.
Across the board, they start losing fights here. God's Reign. I mean, I don't want to play this mid-round loose. I think this.
भाई न्यू स्टेट के Watchparty करो, नहीं कर सकते ब्रो. 5:15 को हम निकल रहे हैं, जोकर के पास जाएंगे हम लोग क्योंकि it's his son's birthday.
The opportunity present, Sai with an all command, can pull off the impossible. It's all down to Ember.
Yo YouTube detectives, fake account है, real account है, check करके आओ. बताओ मेरे को.
He spots out Josh Yassin, takes him out. 2v2 now.
Hi Shania, hi Shania Bhabhi. Guys,
devastating blow and suddenly
behave in chat. Behave.
Show
Show some fucking respect. Hi Shania Bhabhi.
The bear is the lowest of HPs, but he lives up to his.
Oh!
He lives up
Oh,
to his dream.
Sai, Lord Simar ने round निकाला क्या?
Revenant, they have fallen apart. One tap got though with the dream, the updraft coming out. Spots out one and now Sai left with.
Oh my God, smoke criminal, Simar, Lord Simar,
Success. Unbelievable.
Lord
man.
Simar.
They find the equalizer here.
Lord
God's
Simar.
Reign. 3-3.
Sai OP बोला है शनाया ने,
With a
fake
stern
account है.
reply. Not dropping
Fake
a
account है
single
guys,
round
छोड़ दो.
After they found success.
Fake account है. Sai OP लिखा है शनाया ने.
This, alongside one tap god using the blade storm in the round prior, will indefinitely
छोड़ दो,
make
छोड़
it
दो,
an
ध्यान मत
easy
दो.
affair for God's Reign to deal with. So for all they're concerned, they need to try and continue on the road they're on right now.
I need to see the signature timeout though for Revenant. It definitely wasn't warranted in the first map.
Oh my God, top fragger नहीं है, मतलब अपने टीम का top fragger है.
Timeout that we've seen.
Sai bhai OP.
Time stake.
चांस ही नहीं है,
So,
fake account
I
है.
think for Revenant now.
ठीक है चलो मेंबरशिप तो लिए 30 रुपए तो मिल ही गया अपने को. अभी तो भाभी बोल रहे थे, मैं नहीं बोल रहा था, मैं तुमको बोल रहा था. भाभी बोल रहा था. Remove background music.
Classic signature
ठीक है भाई.
Revenant playing happily back inside, playing off the utility node. They were looking to take the fights and that worked straight into God's Reign's plans.
Now what's the variation they bring here? Again, Revenant will be looking to bring out a little bit of change in the round coming forth. This this is around where they're
Have you checked
investing to
AFK gaming
damage it
video on you?
perfectly.
Of
The kind
course
of
I have.
success
I think the old
God's
video,
Reign
right?
have been finding,
The
if they
old
win
video,
this
right?
clinically, it's gonna be harder for Revenant to do it on the longer run. So they really
DM
are
देखा, हाँ देखा देखा,
making a
कोई बात नहीं,
smart
ठीक
move
है.
here, Revenant. A nicely timed
As I
timeout, a
said,
nicely
मैंने
timed
सीधा
investment.
कमलजीत को मैसेज किया. It's my job as a
God's Reign
manager
need to show respect.
to DM
Where
their
respect's
manager.
due.
From
Hence, they're taking things very slow.
I hope it is
exactly, and
sorted.
they expect the aggression after the
Kamaljeet
priority
agrees that what
timeout, and
happened was
they're
wrong
right in the read, but
and he will look into it.
Revenant, they step back when it's
So I'm
crucial.
glad it is sorted at a managerial
Crucial for
level
them, and
rather
they're
than
just able
having
to
to fight like this.
now reset into a different setup instead of the
And I
A-main
hope it
push
doesn't get
between
repeated again.
Wimp
क्योंकि मेरे को
and one
genuinely
tap
उनके
god. They've
against
settled
कुछ
into an A-shot
hate वेट नहीं था
crossfire,
ना स्ट्रीम
playing
में
with
मैंने
that
मेरे को नहीं
lockdown to
लगता मैंने
retake
ऐसा कुछ
that A
बोला
site, and
जिससे वो
it's going
लोग
to work
इतना
out
ऑफेंड हो गए.
beautifully because you can see all of God's Reign setting
Genuine
up
मजाक
with
कर
this
रहा था
A
मैं.
site on that A split.
मजाक
And a
मस्ती
crucial
चल रही
0
थी.
point reveals, I think, 3 of them. And now they're gonna have
Guys,
to
Lord
slow
Sai
it
in the
down.
chat.
God's Reign know exactly what's up. The
Lord
Prowler
Sai
is
राउंड
now
में 3 मारेगा.
revealed. No, it doesn't check out Knight Rider, but still they're gonna know that this A hit is nigh.
Lord Sai
He
at
has a good
least
idea
3
of Blackhawk's position.
3
The
मारेगा
Swamp
राउंड में
Grenade
देख
is gonna
लेना.
push him back into its market. Wait, what?
At least 3.
That's on the that's onto his tree. One tap god actually finds a bullet in the back of his head, and suddenly the defense crumbles. It
एक भी
looked
नहीं
so
मारा गया.
peaceful right up until that very point. And God's Reign, they do this perfectly, man. They lose
If you
only
had to
one
choose
player in
between
the
your two
process.
sons, Sai and
It's
Excali,
certainly not the round that they were expecting.
I would
All of that presence
disown them
created
both.
towards mid. Vibor goes so far as to push in all the way to market and break the alarm bot to create presence towards mid, and A shot allows Knight Rider to sneak in from A main. Remember that Prowler that Sheng had set up? It didn't check Knight Rider, so Revenant not expecting anyone there. Knight Rider able to sneak his way in and find a crucial double. Set up the lead now for God's
I
Reign.
would rather get
And a
a
crucial
new
one, no
puppy.
less, OG, because this first half,
Sai is
absolutely
more
dominated.
mature.
On the back of this timeout, losing out around, you can see no longer the claps
Sagnik
coming
bhai.
out. Is instead focus on that screen. To pull this next one out is Whimp, who's gonna have to really step up, because without the timeout coming through from the coach, they're gonna have to adapt. And I think it's that exact same thing. God's Reign are baiting them into fights towards mid.
Watch Bing shot.
Revenant
Bings
just
यार
have to
तेरा
hold up.
Discord रेट
That
बंद किया
fight
कर यार
will
मेरे
be
चैट में. क्या है
take
देख
that
लूंगा
A
यार
side.
बाद
They
में
just
जाके
need
ब्रो.
to be a little more patient.
बिंग से बॉट्स आते हैं मेरे चैट में
Because
हमेशा. Bing
we need to
शॉट्स
see
बिंग
some kind of
शॉट्स.
variation from Revenant Esports, right? We've seen the kind of Revenant Esports that just lays back passive in towards the side, where on the
Not
entry
really,
they
though.
tried. I mean,
Are you
at
playing
least
with
towards
Rebel
that
now?
A side,
No.
right? We've seen them deny
We
the
are playing
entry.
with
It's towards
Simar
B and
Sethi's
mid.
emotions
He's A
in
short
this
where they
game
try playing a little
because he
aggro.
got smashed.
So I think they
12
changed
2
the
I think
story there.
13
I
2.
think they try playing the
Chain
aggression
देख
maybe
लो.
through B main, maybe a little more in an unexpected fashion.
I don't know, Jay. I
अरे
think the only round that they
बैचो.
played passive,
अबे
and
लौड़े इको में
wow,
मारा है भोसड़ी
Sai
के.
really
गन
firing him
राउंड तो
up.
आने दे.
The only round they
Oh,
played passive was around that crossfire on that A side, like you mentioned,
yes, yeah.
and they shut
Do you think
God's
if
Reign
Sai had
down.
joined
The
VLT
passive
way
worked
back
out
when Valocene
beautifully for
started,
them,
he would
so
be doing
I
much
don't
better
think
in his
there's
life?
any need to get aggressive. They can
You
just.
can't
It's
say
their
those
signature.
things.
They're
मतलब
so
पता
damn good
नहीं
at
यार.
playing that defense on the back foot. They don't
पता
need
नहीं.
that information.
I don't
Unlike
think.
most teams who
I mean, I think
get
सिमर
really
के
itchy
पहले
when they don't
6-7 महीने
necessarily have
अच्छे
information
जाते हैं
about what
obviously,
their
but I don't
opponent
think
is trying
सिमर
to
would
do.
have
I
worked
think
in that
Revenant
VLT
right
lineup.
now are getting their hands dirty and
क्योंकि सिमर
stepping into
तभी अगर
God's Reig's
वैलो
playground.
उठा
God's
लेता तो
Reign
आई थिंक वो
want them
विभोर की
to
जगह
play
पे
a
होता.
little aggro. They want them to take the fights, and it's
अगर
working
वो
out beautifully.
उनके साथ ही स्टार्ट करता तो. But
Yeah,
I don't
what comes to
think
the back of my mind is that B-side defense
सिमर
being
would
somewhat
fit in
weak,
that
and
lineup
now that
properly.
you mentioned that, it
VLT
kind
के
of
वो
does
वाले
come to my
lineup में
mind
मेरे को नहीं लगता.
that B-side defense, right? Even though it's
I don't
passive
know.
in nature, it doesn't really have the best positions in terms of being able to dodge the utility being dumped on by size KO.
क्या सीन है अभी?
And
दोनों टीम
again,
इतना गंदा खेल
denying
रहे
that
कि सिर्फ फेस
aggression
कैम दिखा
from
रहेगा अपने
the
को.
side of one tap, sorry, not one tap god, but Knight Rider. So I feel like if they switch up that B defense just a TD bit, where it's not the Killjoy being suppressed and the Killjoy being left open and dry, it changes the way that Revenant then has to approach that. And
सिमर वो भी और डुबा देता ब्रो.
I
देखो
do
मैं
see it
तुम लोग को एक
panning out.
जेन्युइन चीज बता दूं, ठीक
However,
है? मैं
Knight Rider
मस्ती
has
करता
been
हूँ,
doing a
सिमर के साथ
decent
अलग
job
बात है.
at, baiting
सिमर
out the
was super
utility from time to
unfucking
time
lucky.
by
ठीक
trying
है?
to modulate his aggression.
सामुराई सीन हुआ.
So
उसके
it's a
बाद वो
tough
एक्सो में
cookie to
गया.
crack
चलो
this
एक्सो का
game,
डिसबैंडमेंट तो
without a doubt.
प्रॉपर था.
Oh, 100%.
उसके
I
बाद वो
really like
कहाँ
that
गया?
point you mentioned about how
वो आई
that
थिंक
KO is
किसी
making
नोबल
life hell for
इसमें था,
Joshers on that
उसका
B side.
बंद
So
होना
I
नॉट हिज
wonder if
फॉल्ट,
they can actually, in
XTC
that
बंद
regard,
होना
change
नॉट
that
हिज फॉल्ट.
setup up. Play
तो
with
मजाक
that,
मस्ती
play
में हम लोग
with one
बोलते हैं
tap
ठीक है,
god towards B main, where
बट
you can
उसका
then
कुछ
play
फॉल्ट नहीं
the
था.
Astra Jet towards B
मतलब
main,
ऐसा
allow
नहीं कि
your
वो
Killjoy to
अनलकी
take a
नहीं
shot
है,
where she still has that
बट
trap towards
इतना
mid,
भी
but
नहीं है
then
कि वो
is
ऑर्क बंद
denying a
करा दे,
shot
इतना पावर
altogether.
नहीं है उसमें.
And it works beautifully because they have the lockdown ready, right? So they don't have to actually worry about A site. They can just leave that KO to set up a 0 point early into the round, fake presence, and then instantly go on the rotate just
लोग
to
को
make
देखो
sure that the other team doesn't waltz into the A site. So I really think that repositioning of the Killjoy is paramount, but
क्या कर रहा
they've
है,
got a little bit of break. I'm sure they
Sid
will be able to use this
going
time
करने दो फिर
to
उसको जो भी
reset
करना है.
huge.
themselves and stall out the momentum that God's Reign may have accumulated.
गॉब्लिन गॉब्लिन ने भी चालू कर दिया क्या डिस्कॉर्ड रेट देने? आज लेके आना है सन ग्लासेस. तो ये वाले तो सस्ते हैं यार, ये तो अफोर्ड कर ही सकते हैं तू. 15 लाख में से कितने बचे ब्रो? साइनिंग बोनस जो मिला था उसमें से बचे कितने तेरे पास?
Okay. Seems like we're running into a bit of a technical issue here. We'll figure it
Yeah.
out real quick.
You know, I kind of feel like, especially at these moments, our eyes need to be at one man, and that's Knight Rider, because right
He has
now
no cam.
with the way the past, I mean, yeah,
क्या
on the
शॉपिंग कर
server
रहा है
at
वो?
least at the minimum. So
Yeah,
the
I
reason
know.
I say that is, at this phase of the game, you can see that Revenant are very hungry for answers. If you're able to come up massive in the next 2-3 rounds, that to a majority of the extent breaks the kind of confidence behind the Revenant calls and the Revenant read of the situation. That's when your enemy is at its
वार्सिटी
most
जैकेट,
vulnerable.
पता नहीं
That
गॉब्लिन
way, if
कपड़े
you
क्यों
look
ले
at
रहा
it,
है.
Valorant is a sick mental game.
6 महीने से तो
Whoever
उतरने
wins
के
the
पीछे पड़ा
mental
है.
warfare usually ends up winning the series.
2 मिनट के लिए
Yeah.
पहनूंगा, उसके लिए 15 के. क्या 2
We talked
मिनट?
about that in the pre-match lobby too. Sai and Whimp, great friends of the server, but in this particular match in the server, they've become those
चलो गाइस,
massive
फोकस ऑन द
rivals,
गेम पे
leading their
फोकस करो.
respective teams, and like you
लॉर्ड
said,
साइनार,
engaging in that mental warfare.
मैं थोड़ी
5-3
पहनता हूँ
now,
इतना,
we're
तो क्यों
back
चाहिए?
into this next round as Revenant will have to go for the eco. God's Reign, once again, in a great position to keep pulling this one off.
गॉब्लिन
and
परचेसिंग 11 लाख जैकेट.
Revenant, it looks like they are going to
Yeah, yeah,
finally
yeah.
change that setup up. Not
30
play
second.
Killjoy towards a shot, rather let her
ये
play
बिंग
mid.
शॉट्स वालों को प्लीज टाइम आउट देना चालू कर दो. अभी मॉड्स, अभी इरिटेट हो रहा हूँ मैं. मतलब मैं वॉच पार्टी कर रहा हूँ, उसके बीच में जाके किसी का
Get
शॉट्स
a
देख के आऊँ
little
अभी.
bit of a glimpse towards this B-side defense.
Please,
Without any
अभी
killer
time out दे दो,
utility
please,
here, it
irritate हो
becomes
रहा
a
है.
little problematic on the whole.
What?
Although one tap god still finds that with the frenzy at such range, he finds the double.
सिमर 3
one
मारेगा.
tap god, making this somewhat doable here for
ये दोनों
for
3
Revenant
सिमर
esports
मारेगा.
in a round like this. Oh no, Blackhawk, he was being set up so well. Hey, at least Whimp finds a trade. It's a little consolation though. Ember on
You know,
4
Whimp
HP,
also one of
him
earlier.
allowing
No,
to
I met
survive
him
is
in.
somewhat criminal. And Hoax,
I met him
considering
in
he was the high
Samurai
HP
Sports.
player on guard duty, secures the round.
क्या
for
बोल रहा है
God's
सिमर?
reign. But duty secures the and Hoax, considering he was the high HP
मुझे
player on
पता था
guard
तुम लोग
duty,
मार दोगे, इसके लिए मैं लघु
secures
जैसा
the round for
SMG से
God's
मर गया,
reign.
सस्ती वाली.
But hey,
मेरे को
a
पता था
decent
तुम
bit of
लोग
damage
मारोगे,
done,
मार
man.
चोद
All
दोगे
things
तुम
said
लोग.
and done.
मैं मर गया.
Lip reading, but I did catch a couple of words here and there. I
Sid
think the idea is that when
going
he had to turn around, where he
huge.
was
Super
inside,
chat from my
the
first
goal
earning
to
sick
come
by. Love
through,
you.
but
Thank you,
whether
bye,
they're clearing
Utkarsh,
out
bye.
sight so he can mark,
Appreciate it. Thank
defend
you
the
very
side
much.
spawn at the same time. But hey, it doesn't matter. What matters is that Revenant now, they're facing off against the God's Reign on a roll, so they set up one tap god for success. The aggression paying off as he finds one, and while the trade does come out, Whimp ensures that they've got the man advantage, but still, Ching left in a one and done position. Knight Rider might just abuse, try to catch him out because he's got Whimp, and now Ching
सिमर
to get
Wait,
yet
P.
another, he holds it down! One
Around
and
नहीं
done,
है.
oh my
Ow.
God's Reign are done.
Enigma वाला disbanded. Any chance
No,
है
it was
coming to
crucial
SSL? No.
for Knight Rider to find momentum as he exited the market. Could not have allowed his teammate to go down the drain there.
Yep.
Oh, heartbreak of a round. Slowly but surely,
Na, 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 na.
God's reign able to find success in this first half. But that needs to come with modulation. They have the lead here, CA. Even if they lose a round like that, they have ultimates, they have a buy, they can afford it. But it's about how many instances of this can they afford. No, what? How is that not a kill? Ching, close range, and he manages to survive. Blackhawk close on the trade to his short. And has left us to a dead even situation. One tap god without his tailwind, it'll be uncomfortable for him to force the fight from market. So they essentially need to concede here and need to play retake
Who is
rapidly.
IGL in gods? IGL is Simar Seti, Lurker, Simar
A
Seti,
little too early
Support,
though, and one
Simar
tap god
Seti.
looking to take the fight.
Clutcher,
Slows
Simar
them down.
Seti.
The null command now shut down. God's Rain, they've got the advantage. They've got the
और
fight.
राउंड को जिताने वाला
The revive should be able to come through from Josh S, but
Vibhor.
I think Ember is expecting it. Here's the audio cue, peeks off of it, and it's all about that bait. The Nano Swarm's now coming through, and Josh is able to successfully bait the revive to trade off one. 1v1, it's Killjoy versus Killjoy. The bigger brain to come alive, and Vibhor just says, no brain. I've just got that skill, goes for the white swing, and pops one in
told ya.
Josh's head to shut him down, get that crucial clutch.
And it was very crucial
Told ya,
that
bro.
Vibhor forces that fight because the lockdown could have been used against him very easily. Very good on denying Revenant any free rounds here in the first half, and this is what I meant, CA. If these kind of rounds were there,
Wow,
on night
EMIs
calls, it
are
would have
here.
been so much of a close affair. Well,
Yeah. Emmy sir.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
resurgence
oh,
from
how
God's
Sid,
Reign,
why aren't you
especially
playing?
considering that it's on their attack.
Simar is
gets me
slightly
all the
better.
more excited.
So he made it to
The
God's
fast
Reign.
play from
Slightly
one
better.
tap God, the flash atop the sky, and he's still able to put it to success. 6 bullets. Oh, what was he trying to do there? Nonetheless, they still find the trades, God's Reign, and they're able to fight this back momentarily. It's all left on a sigh.
अरे मैंने नहीं देखा ठीक से यार.
Panomium in a round like this from Revenant. And am I tripping?
ये
or is
राउंड
one
चालू
thing about
और हार भी गए ये लोग.
He's just feeling himself, man. A great play there.
वैलम
From Revenant
में
to
प्लेयर
switch up
सैलरी
the
कुछ
pace.
ज्यादा
Knowing
ओवर
that
नहीं
they
लगता
have the
सिर्फ इन
greatest of
कंपैरिजन
buys,
टू
right?
अदर
And
कंट्रीज. नहीं
in
भाई
those
क्यों?
situations, win the broken buys.
सिमर
it's
सैडी डिजर्व करता है 3
best
लाख
to
रुपए
try
महीने के.
and catch your opponents up. But hey, God's Reign, like you said, on
मैं
the
होता मैं
attack,
3.5
there
लाख
was that
देता उसको.
resurgence. 7 to 5, they picked up the lead, and heading on to their defense should look to close this out, but it's easier said than done. Revenant now get to play on the attack. They get to control the pace, dictate the tempo of how these rounds go. And the ping's already coming out. A shot split most likely as Revenant set their sights, and it might work out beautifully. Because look, God's Reign, they've set up purely to deny that A hit. The Nano Storms as well. On
क्या
door
लगता है
and
गाइस
on
ये कौन
site.
जीतेगा? मेरे को
It's
लगता है
all about
गॉड्स रेन
denying the
जीत
site,
जाएगा.
but
ये
Revenant,
वाला
they're
round.
going to circumvent all of it as they head into Garden and True Tree. I wonder if they're actually going to switch it up and go for Heaven instead of walking straight into site.
quick split now on fruition.
साय क्या
Now it does have a lot
इंस्ट्रक्शंस
of
देता
stars
है.
played,
मतलब
so it's
देखो
possible for them to layer the
अगर
utility
मैच अच्छा
together.
चल रहा है जैसे
However,
अभी
they're still
7-5 चल
within
रहा है
the
तो वो
side
ठीक
and
से
they need
खेलता
to play
है.
off
ठीक
each
से
other,
कॉलिंग
where
वगैरह
one
करता
tap
है.
got quickly
जब वन
rips
साइड
his
होता है बोलते है
defense
तुम
apart
बहन
from
के
the
लोगों को
first
जहाँ
position
जाना है
again.
जाओ. मैं यहाँ जा रहा
The
हूँ.
man advantage
ये
on the
कॉलिंग
side
करता
of
है.
Revenant. They have a little bit of utility to base this post plant off. They have decent positioning as well, both towards main, towards tree, and towards hell. And they're exercising it due diligently as well. This is everything that we wanted to see from Revenant Esports.
So Revenant quite low, might catch them out. It's all about
अच्छा
the duel.
ड्रीम
He's
टीम
able
इन
to pull
वालों
off
फॉर
Kitchen,
रेसिड्यूल.
finds
देखो भाई
one and almost makes it the double.
Obvious
Whimp
choice
left
है
with
मेरा.
only low HP, but at this point it
सिमर
just won't
सेठी जैसे हो
matter.
गया.
Knight Rider on his lonesome,
definitely
spotted
नहीं
out
रहेगा.
on the flank, and it should be a simple enough round for Revenant to convert.
एक्सकैली
Pistol picked
नहीं
up.
रहेगा,
That
बुड्ढा हो
means
गया.
now with the anti-eco, they will be able to equalize that.
पता नहीं यार मतलब
I mean, we expect them to equalize the scoreline. I have to clarify.
पैराडॉक्स अच्छा
because
खेलता है. आरवी
we've
के
seen
अच्छा
some
खेलता है.
insane thrifties pulled off.
मेरे को रॉफील पसंद है.
Insane doesn't even captivate the
एंटी
kind of
पसंद
stuff
है.
that we've seen, bro.
और कौन है अपना?
Insanity is what we are experiencing though, so I
विम
wouldn't blame
नहीं
you on
विम तो
using that
यूजलेस है.
objective. So,
Ooh.
yeah.
Wait, what? Please tell me this is a technical timeout and not a tactical
हाँ
timeout.
रॉसी
because
ऑब्वियस. रॉसी कैसे भूल गया मैं? रॉसी.
That's sus if this is a tactical.
रॉसी और डीएम को एक टीम में नहीं रख सकते.
Yeah, actually,
Okay, I
this
think
is
it's a
hella
technical
sus.
time.
I don't think it'll work.
I see 3 of Revenant's players not moving. Okay, Blackhawk is moving. So
रॉसी डीएम I don't
Ching
think
and
it'll
Josh
work.
S not moving. I think
एलएफ भी अच्छा प्लेयर है.
you will get the
अरे बहुत
clarification
प्लेयर्स
soon.
है. लाइटनिंग फास्ट भी अच्छा प्लेयर है.
So,
डीएम रॉसी को तो एक
the
टीम में
kind
नहीं
of
रख सकते फॉर श्योर.
experience that first
Bings-
half
Bings
was, especially
cheerleader
for
बन
God's Reign,
सकता है.
it's got to be refreshing, right? Especially in a series like this, it's got to be feeling like a breath of fresh air. It doesn't matter if Knight Rider has 6 kills on the server. In my opinion, I still feel like he was more than enough of a front man for the rest of his team. You know,
DM भी आ
like
गया
Sai,
chat में.
like Vibor, like Hoax. They've gotten a chance to show brilliance due to the sacrifice of Knight Rider on that attack. And this is the chance now for Knight Rider on his road to redemption. You know, you look back at the first half,
Guys
see
मेरा माइक वाइक गलती से
that
चालू रह गया तो इग्नोर कर
Revenant
देना.
defense really wasn't reliant around one tap God's operator.
इग्नोर कर
We
देना
didn't really
मतलब.
get to see a whole lot of
गलती
it.
से कुछ बोल दिया तो.
But with Knight Rider, it's a completely different story. This man on the operator, he is able to carry the weight that few Titans can.
तो DM कितना
So,
गंदा प्लेयर है भाई.
if
पता
there's
नहीं अभी
one
तक
man on
कैसे
God's
VLT
reign
का.
who really needs
I
to
don't even
turn
know how he's
a
still
new
leading.
leaf on the second
How
half,
he's
it
still
has to
the
be Knight Rider.
Entry fragger duelist
Oh,
for
100%.
VLT. Look at
Hasn't had
Bhavin
the
Hell
greatest
Ranger.
of
What has he
paths, but
actually done with G? Done
Can
nothing.
redeem himself.
I don't know how
As soon as he gets his hands on an operator.
how
But
G was even
right
winning.
now, the focus on this particular round, it is that eco situation.
I mean,
and
look
Knight
at
Rider, the
Excali.
sole
Look at
one
look
with
at
some
him.
investment, will
What the
not
fuck?
get any dice.
Excali.
Josh, yes, with the
Why
lineup,
would
able to
VLT
pick
even
one
take
up.
him
Vibor
back?
holds down the side, finds 2 crucial picks.
Absolutely
with that right
disgraceful player.
click. It's a round of that
Left
kill
VLT
joy,
when
though,
they needed
that
him.
Josh is able to get a
And now he
couple
wants
more
to come
back.
back.
And Ching will ensure that they're able to pick off the side. Ching to finish this off, and despite Vibor's heroics, it's a
Look at
decent
this God's
anti-8
Drain
with
team
just
of
a couple
rejects.
weapons lost.
Got smashed first map and
Equalizer soon forced. God's reign. They'll have the weaponry. So
fuck
they
मेरा
need to
mic
be
on था क्या?
diligent in choosing their fights. And a map like Ascensia, especially towards that A side, it's so easy to close the distance, right? So having that killjoy towards that A side is gonna be very valuable. Although what's gonna be of more value
Shit.
is if the killjoy, especially, I mean that being Vibor, is able to dodge the 0 point. Whimp needs to be on point here. If his team is not to be denied entry of this A site,
Beam से better तो snacks खेलता है.
But don't know. Because you've got Revenant trying to pick up the pace on their bonus once again. Vibor, the anchor on this east side, delivers with a double. But Revenant, they're still able to get the site, and that's what is crucial. Because Whimp now, through the shadows, he's able to spot out Knight Rider. And while Revenant, they may be stuck, Blackhawk should be able to get out soon enough. The backup coming from his team, the flash to break out that crossfire, but Blackhawk still can't move. No shrouded step, no smoke to get himself out.
Bro.
Revenant in a bad position, but Blackhawk, he just decides to finally hightail as his smoke comes back online. The plant will go down, OG, and 3v3 in a bonus looks like a decent round.
क्या?
Ching, it's crucial that he stays alive from that position. Blackhawk given away by the recon, but he's behind somewhat hard cover, so he can't be spammed down just yet.
I mean, you look at right
Possibility
to
of
ace
a
for
reposition,
example.
and Whimp being on such decent
If only he
HP
was able to kill his
allows
enemies in
Revenants
game
to
like he
still
killed his
have a leg in
calories,
the
you know, he'd be a
negotiation
much
for
better
this
player.
round. Whimp, he's gonna play around the cover. Close range, he's praised them
Wow.
down! Merciless! They head out the door straight to their coffins. And
Mic on
straight
था
to
क्या
spawn
वापस?
to next
Mute नहीं हो
round.
रहा है mic.
Revenant Esports. Brilliantly executed, brilliantly done. Despite Vibor's heroics effort towards the site, it just doesn't feel like God's Reign are gonna get a break on this defense.
I think God's range was hesitating too much when they commit so
यार
much
मतलब
utility to keeping
kick तो
Blackhawk
नहीं होना
in
चाहिए
that
यार
switch
Whimp अभी
position.
इसके बाद देखो
The
impactful
Astral
kill
stun
मार रहा है
committed.
वो.
The flash coming through as well from the KO. They've just got to go in that moment to try and fight. But when they let Blackhawk get the plant, when
Crispy,
they
crispy
let Revenant
casting.
reposition, they have no
Crispy
utility to
नहीं,
actually go
crispy,
for the retake.
crispy.
They walk in straight into Whimp's crosshairs, and he's able to pick up an easy quadra. Now get his null command online. God's Reign with that slight bit of hesitation, the second guessing, making them pay a devastating price. But now having lost their bonus, they're gonna have to play on that eco once again.
भाई
It's
छोड़ो
not
उस
good
बेचारे
enough
को
once
यार
in
राहुल
the
भाई
first
मैंने तो
half,
अपने एक
but it's
लास्ट
unlikely
टीम पे
they're
बोल
gonna
दिया
do
था
it again.
कि did not deserve to get cancelled over that.
Oh!
Disgusting shot, man.
Makes sense कि
Remember
उसको
his
ये
growth
event
is
से
such
हटाया
bad
no
shot,
doubt.
so better be
But
careful.
obviously any event
Vibor
will
has
do
some
that.
very good off
But I
balance.
don't think overall he should be completely cancelled for it. I don't think so.
Vibor
मैंने
with
ये
the
बोल
double.
दिया था
And the hold
last time.
Again.
looking
I don't think
relatively
he
well
deserves that.
for God's Reign at the moment. They cannot afford to give away even a single individual pick. Revenant Esports known from clawing back from these kind of
जीत गया,
deficits.
8 all हो गया.
So Knight Rider with a very well timed flank to seal the deal
Knife
shut
kar.
from main.
What?
And Knight Rider seals this round in security. It almost felt like yet again Vibor's heroics was not gonna be enough. Almost.
I'm just flabbergasted. This is the second
At
time.
Sid,
in this
Rahul
map
भाई को
where
मोड़ दो. Bro, Rahul भाई
Godre
बहुत
lose
बड़े
the
हैं, मैं
bonus
उनको
and
मोड़
then
नहीं
pull out
पाऊंगा.
the thrifty immediately after. I'm so confused. They're like, we want worse weaponry? Huh? How? It's like, I want to... I hate it and I love it at the same time. It's like that song. I hate you. I just can't help it. How do they pull these thrifties off? A crucial one though, they're able to nullify the score line, and now both teams with equal weapons online. We finally see Knight Rider getting that big daddy weapon. He's got his op in his hands, pulled out that first pick. They're actually deciding to play on this side. The Killjoy ulti gonna detain every single one of them. They've got to play
Perfectly
aggressive and
delayed.
find the picks. Oh no, but they
Knife
don't
कर,
get
Simar.
locked down.
अरे knife करो यार.
That was so well orchestrated from Revenant Esports.
Knife करो, Vibor को knife करो.
As lockdown still present in his shoulders.
इधर से किक नहीं हो
A
सकता,
large
कोई और टीम बचा
responsibility
नहीं
as
है.
well. We're still opting for the gunfights. 28 HP. He's almost a dead man at this point. And the peek from Ching to his lane and the quad kill of his own confirms a round like this. They just layer utility upon utility.
What if
upon
Crip said
utility.
the same words for S8UL? Will
They
you
knew
say it
that
didn't
they do
deserve
not
to be
throw
cancelled?
bodies
Yeah,
and
absolutely,
just
bro.
bite that time towards the B side.
I think
They
G
just
वाला
go
हुआ
from
था controversy,
both
तुम लोग
and
याद है
market.
जब उनके
It
प्लेयर्स
would
ने
have
मेरे
been
बारे में कुछ तो बोला था और वो
such
लीक हो गया था.
an easy round for them to pull off.
Behind the
And,
scenes
well,
हर बंदा हर
Watch
बंदे के बारे
Party
में
were
बहुत कुछ
hoping
बोल देता है,
for
ठीक है?
such a fight. You can see the position of Knight Rider. You can see the position
मैंने
of
तभी कुछ
Side.
रिएक्शन
They
दिया
were
था, मैंने
hoping
क्या
for the
बोला
peak.
था
Just
तभी?
nothing offered to
वो
them
लीक नहीं होना
whatsoever.
चाहिए था, वो गलती से हो गया. कौन कौन क्या क्या बोलता है सबको सब कुछ मालूम है. Okay? वो S8UL के बारे में बोलता है.
Surprised they all
अरे
sit
वो
on
गुस्सा
side
आता
that
मे बी,
lockdown, maybe
but I would still
expecting
say it
Side to
doesn't
take
deserve
it
to be
with his
cancelled.
fragment.
प्रॉब्लम ये है कि अगर वो
Guessing he
S8UL के
failed
बारे
his
में बोलता
lineup, I'm not
तो शायद वो
exactly
अपने आप ही
sure, but
completely cancel हो जाता क्योंकि
hey,
उसको community
crucial
cancel
round
कर देती.
nonetheless, and with that
But I
lockdown
wouldn't
paying
want him to get
dividends,
cancelled.
Revenant,
Why would I
they
want
switch up
somebody
their
to
sides
lose his
looking
job,
for the
his
mid to be
livelihood?
hit. Knight
मैं
Rider
इतना
gets caught
गंदा
out,
आदमी नहीं
Ching
हूँ, हूँ मैं गंदा
picks
आदमी,
off
इतना
yet
नहीं.
another, and now the mid to be hit coming into fruition. It's all down to Hawks to be the hunter and push them back, but the backup coming through. Vibor truly been a menace
Not
in
like
the
this.
defense, but not enough, man. It's always decent, but not
अरे यार,
enough for
लॉर्ड साइनाथ नहीं हो पा रहा है.
Again, why the hesitation
Oh,
of the lockdown in a round
निकाल
like
लेगा,
this?
Hawks निकाल
It
लेगा.
was so doable. Now Hawks had a massive handicap in this 1 versus 2.
राहुल
Revenant,
मुझे रिस्पेक्ट,
they managed
उसको
to
मोड़ना
rendezvous,
है
they
तो
managed to
मोड़ ले.
recompose, they managed
अरे
to
रुको दे
reset
रहा हूँ मैं.
themselves.
अरे वो स्ट्रीम
Here
लैब से दे
towards
नहीं
this
सकते
A
ना, एक
side.
सेकंड रुको दे रहा हूँ.
Close the door.
दे रहा हूँ आपको.
And Josh S with wide open plant. If Hawks was maybe moments earlier on the rotation, would have been
यार
able to
हिंदुजा
get a frag
भाई
for free, and he still finds himself the
बहुत
1
वियर्ड
versus
लग रहा है,
1.
बहुत बुड्ढे लग
A
रहे हैं.
very
हिंदुजा भाई
doable
नहीं,
ask.
राहुल भाई
The drone
अपने
to
को
add
पॉडकास्ट शूट
information.
करना है
The
यार.
tag gives the confirmation.
स्टूडियो
Hawks
वूडियो का
with the
कुछ
shot
अगर
and
अरेंजमेंट
setting
हो
up
जाता
for the
तो
reposition. Is he
you
able
know
to find this though? As he's in a position of disposition. 60
हो
HP.
जाता तो मतलब
Josh S playing time brilliantly, not giving away the fight for free. And Hawks denied a chance of
चलो
brilliance
शुरू
and
करते हैं, आ जाओ कल
clutch.
गेम. हाँ मतलब सिर्फ मेरे को
Odds
स्टूडियो
win,
चाहिए, आपके साथ
giving away
शूट नहीं करना,
double
मतलब
digits to Revenant.
अभी नहीं करना, मतलब बाद में
Mind
ऑफ
you,
कोर्स,
ladies and
बट
gentlemen, if
गेस्ट
you're
कोई और
joining
रहेगा,
us
मतलब
right
मैं
now,
सोचा
this
क्लियर
is
कर
map
देता हूँ.
2, God's Reign, fighting with every inch of their strat book to keep themselves in the Penta Pro series, but it continues to elude them.
Man, I feel truly bad for Vibor. Every single round he's able to make his impact felt, but they're just not able to translate. It's come so much so to the fact that like it's truly become that Killjoy fear that Revenant are
Hello,
feeling
Rahul
they're
Hinduja,
able to
EMI
avoid
भाई.
to a large extent though,
यार
and now God's Reign with this timeout.
देखो मेरे को लगता है एमई से ज्यादा
I think
बेटर
big strategically to
EMI
discuss
लगेगा.
just, I think more
EMI
awareness
भाई
of
बोलेंगे आज से.
how Revenant are likely to
राहुल
play
भाई को
based
अपन
on
EMI
those
भाई
ultimates.
बोलेंगे.
The lockdown hit
मान लो
should have
मेरी
been
बात को,
expected
बहुत
towards
अच्छा
the
लगेगा.
B side. This mid to be hit, something we've seen Revenant done before, right on the back of a lockdown round before. So
हेल बॉय सिड
coming into
थोड़ा
this
तो
next
शर्म कर
round,
ले.
I think
अरे
what
हंटी को
Revenant
नहीं
are
आई थी
likely
उस
to
रात
do
को
is
शर्म,
play
मेरे
on
को
the
क्या आएगी.
default. They're going to expect aggression from God's Reign on the back of this timeout. So if Sai can play the right mind
गाइस हर
games,
आधे
God's
घंटे
Reign
में
just
एक
need to
मॉम
play
डैड वाला
this.
जोक अलाउड है
They
मेरे को.
don't need aggression here because Revenant are short.
हर आधे घंटे में एक मॉम डैड वाला जोक अटैक मेरे को अलाउड है.
And again,
अभी
look at
आधे घंटे
Revenant's
का
position,
कूलडाउन है,
right? They're expecting a
तो
little bit
40
of
बज रहा है.
aggro towards A main,
अगला
and they're
मॉम डैड
planning
वाला
for it
जोक
in a
हम
very passive Black
3
Hawk,
बज के 20
all
मिनट
the
पे
way
मारेंगे.
at
3
attacker
बज के
spawn.
10 मिनट पे.
He will contest for mid control, however,
आधे
which
घंटा
I feel
allowed
like
है
is
मेरे
very crucial. Because I think mid is the only leeway where God's Reign find information, right? They don't want to play aggressive towards either
को.
main.
3
So you
बज के
try
10 मिनट
denying an
मोनाली
avenue like
याद
that,
दिला देना.
it puts a lot of pressure
तब
on
तक
this
मैं एक भी
defense to
बार
make the wrong call at
कुछ
the
मॉम
worst
डैड जोक
possible
नहीं मारूंगा,
time.
ठीक है?
The waste though.
गाइस अपने को
They're
मेन
happy
चैनल से
to
ज्यादा
play it
वाचिंग आ रही है
slow
कि
in
एक
the
सेकंड चेक
initial
करने दो.
phases of this round. They
तो
know it's the eco, a broken buy of
मेरे को
sorts for God's
आदत ही
Reign.
उस चीज की है ना.
Especially after that timeout,
1.7
they're
के
expecting some
2.2 के,
sort
ठीक
of
है, ज्यादा है.
proactive play.
लो को चेक करने दो.
This is where the mind games are key.
उसे तो बहुत ज्यादा है, ठीक है.
God's Reign, they don't
ज्यादा
move
है
an
वाचिंग,
inch.
अच्छी बात है.
They
चलो
don't make that play. Instead, they're
पॉडकास्ट का
waiting
पहला
for
एपिसोड
Revenant to
क्रिप्स के बारे में.
regroup and fight against that clock. Doing exactly that. Now Hook spotted out.
कर
He's going to
सकते
have to back off.
क्रिप्स को ही बुला
A
लेते
lot
हैं
of
ना.
utility baited out there. And that means Hooks will get an easier side.
थोड़ा डैमेज कंट्रोल मांगता है, नहीं तो क्रिप्स को नहीं बुला सकते, फिर मैं उसको बहुत डैमेज
Revenant
दूंगा
slowly
पॉडकास्ट पे.
grouping up now towards
इसको
this
बिना
B
बुला के
side.
डैमेज कंट्रोल.
And your backup is far from removed from this equation. He's gotten suppressed. He soon shall face the wrath of Revenant. Knight Rider trying to reply in kind.
मतलब बुला सकते हैं क्रिप्स को वैसे अपन फर्स्ट पॉडकास्ट में, क्योंकि अभी तो फ्री बैठा है वो थोड़े टाइम के लिए. तो आई डोंट थिंक शेड्यूलिंग का कुछ इशू होगा.
But that's not a dead one tap. So it's still a viable threat. And considering that Vibor has the lockdown, Revenant yet again need to play this post plan aggressively, hence they're forcing such uncomfortable fights. Gosrain has the opportunity here, mind you. With that backstab before, no, transition, that was their hope, and he still clings on to it. Has the ability now to pull out the lockdown, but he gets denied, and Blackhawk alongside Josh has clutched the round out.
भाई एक्सकैली फाइन इसके बाद फाइनल्स कब है?
So close to showing God's Reign the door.
काली फाइनल्स कब है इसके बाद?
Boy, fate is cruel, cruel mistress. Where the run and gun worked out beautifully for Vibor down B main. As soon as he tries that into sight, he is instantly pulled up by Blackhawk and
4 बजे और एल से खत्म होते ही.
this may as well be match point.
ये तो
'cause
खत्म हो गया
God's
अभी.
Reign, they've got one final buy in their banks. Their ultimates as well, all ready to play. You got the lockdown, the Hunter's Fury.
ये
the
तो अभी
Lord
अगले
Command, as
5
well
मिनट
as
में
the
खत्म हो
Cosmic
जाएगा.
Divide. Do or
BO1
die,
है? नहीं,
God's
नहीं.
Reign fighting for their lives in
BO3
this
था?
moment, fighting for a chance in the main event, but Revenant they've decided to pick up the pace.
पहला मैच
It's all
थोड़ा
a fake though. It's all
10
a
मिनट
fake.
में खत्म हो गया.
They push in towards this B side because they've got from the shadows. Look at the spike.
3:30 बज जाएगा स्टार्ट होते होते. हाँ तुम VLT वालों को बेंच 50 मिनट लेट आने का आदत है ना. ऑब्वियसली तो होगा ही. बेचारा हिक्का है, इतना मेहनत कर रहा है. 50 मिनट रुकाते हो तुम लोग ऐसे बड़े बड़े वेटरन्स को.
He will
Huh?
be able to get the plot. This is such a weird round.
I mean, it's a weird round considering that you usually account for one tap god dying, right? Considering
Yeah.
that God's Reign had the information as well, they knew that the defense is
Client
very
issue.
split and
थोड़ा को client issue.
so very viable.
कम से कम 4 एक्स्ट्रा पीसी होने चाहिए ब्रो बूट कैंप पे. क्या कर रहा है यूफोरिया? 4 एक्स्ट्रा पीसी होने चाहिए बूट कैंप पे. क्लाइंट इशू बोल के डाल दिया.
He's going to be detained, however. And the round
ऐसे थोड़ी होता है.
confirmed now for God's Reign, almost confirmed. I mean, there's still a very, very small chance.
मेरे अरे यूफो भी है क्या चैट में?
Closes it out. I was wondering, why is nobody going for that kill?
मैंने क्या किया,
Why
मतलब
didn't
4
you-
एक्स्ट्रा सेटअप होने चाहिए ब्रो.
Okay.
क्लाइंट इशू पे डाल के तुमने अपने हिक्का जैसे
God's Reign
इतने
finally
पुराने
get a
प्लेयर
chance
को,
to
इतने बड़े
exercise
वेटरन को
their
तुम लोग ने
ultimates, and you
50
can
मिनट
see
वेट
what
करा है.
avail it is, right?
Yeah, but
This is something that Vibor could have done a couple of rounds ago as well.
he's at least able to pull off a round. Still, I'd say Revenant, they won't necessarily be sad about losing this round because on the back of one from the shadows, they baited out that lockdown, they baited out the null command,
Yeah.
and now they've got the nightfall. and
लगता है
lockdown
पूरी
of their
VLT
own.
यही है.
And while
Helef?
yes, it does give God's Reign an avenue back into this map.
हेलफ है क्या?
With the Bladestorm online, Revenant know that they can easily penetrate their way into this B site. The 0 point though does slow them down, and now Revenant will just have to wait. The lockdown ready, but so is Sai with his fragment. Revenant, they're gonna have to play this smart.
बस हेलफ
They
नहीं
might
है.
fake with the lockdown.
आजकल गेम में भी नहीं दिखता ज्यादा वो.
Yeah. And you can see the kind of change that it's put in the defense of God's Reign, right? They're very, very, very passive. They're relying on that crossfire towards mid to pan out, so they can be a little flexible towards that market B side's presence. with a lot of utility towards this ace site, it could very well be reckoning walking into a trap. However, they think the better of
भाई
it.
मतलब
And
तुम
on
लोग
tap
देख
out
रहे हो कि
really wants
इतने
to
सालों का
qualify towards
एक्सपीरियंस है
mid.
जो
Ember ends
रोस्ट
up
है वो
going
स्मूथ
down and
निकलते हैं
a
बे,
huge problem now on the
स्मूथ
hands
एफर्टलेस
of
रोस्ट
God's
निकलते
Reign.
हैं मतलब
No
तो
more
ज्यादा
smokes
सोचना नहीं
for the
पड़ता अपने को,
retake, less
एफर्टलेस है.
utility to base off individual play, but they
But
at
Josh-
least thin out the numbers advantage swaying the other way, and Josh with the close position able to find the frag on a Knight Rider.
तो
He has
एफर्टलेस
the
मतलब
lockdown,
एकदम
he has the ability to
flow
get
है
better
बे.
positioning, and he's exercising all his options brilliantly. Hoax putting a little bit of pressure. The second shock dart should be the kill. No,
अंकिता मारेगी, का हाथ इधर तक पहुंचता है,
unbelievable.
कूदेगी तो टेंशन
It's
नहीं
all
है,
down to Blackhawk
मेरा डिफेंस
to
स्ट्रांग
save
है.
his comrade, to get him out of that position, and Blackhawk using the shorter step to get into sight. Hawk's now in an impossible spot, shuts down the 1 HP player, but gets instantly traded out. That's a worthwhile trade. Blackhawk now with the plant, but he's been spotted out, and the spam for Vibor to secure the round. Crucially so, because that looked like a desperate spray. Might had not worked out, would have been devastating for Vibor, able to get it in the bag. Will it also be able to secure the ops? So a win in every single front for God's Reign.
भाई भी आया हो तो भाई लाइक वाइक भी कर लेना, ठीक है?
Taken away.
Nightfall taken away. The
थोड़ा
momentum
लाइक वाइक
taken
भी कर
away.
दो, क्योंकि ये स्ट्रीम के स्टैट्स मेरे को देने हैं बाद में पेंटा वालों को.
Be
तो फिर
on the
कैसा अगला
cards.
वाला अगर ये वाला अच्छा गया, लाइक वाइक स्टैटिस्टिक्स अच्छे दिखे तो फाइनल्स के फिर मैं पैसे मांग
The
सकता
one
हूँ.
bit of hesitation
Like वाइक कर देना, ठीक है?
that I have in the back of my
तो
mind
नंबर्स
here
अच्छे दिखाने हैं
is
अपने
the
को.
fact that throughout this best
ये
of
वाला
two,
फ्री का है,
the operator has
ज़्यादा
never
कम करता नहीं मैं
helped
फ्री.
God's Reign,
ठीक है?
even though it's one of their signature moves, the double operator. It's not been a saving grace for them here.
मैं वॉच पार्टी करूंगा, कास्टिंग वगैरह नहीं करूंगा, टेंशन नहीं है.
And we talked
वो
about
माइक
this
वाइक
with
ऑन
Lee,
रह जाता है ना वो
how
लोग का, तो वो रिस्क
despite
नहीं
the
लेना.
stomp in the first map, we expect
Watch
this
party
map to be much closer. Both of the teams a lot more comfortable, and God's Reign fighting back with that last round. They've broken Revenant's economy. Should be able to comfortably secure once again the 11-11 equalization of the score.
Sainath!
But can they do it in flawless fashion? The answer
Yeah.
is a
Lord
resounding yes. 11-11 on the board, and God's Reign once again in
Lord
control.
Sai.
How is this happening, CA? Out of nowhere, this comeback from God's
Guys,
Reign.
लॉर्ड साई करो, ऐसा करो, लॉर्ड साई, हाथ दो हाथ,
Revenant?
स्माइलीज इन द चैट, लॉर्ड साई,
At least their faces, it feels like they're
दो
a
हाथ वाला
little puzzled.
स्माइली डालो ऐसा, लॉर्ड साई.
I think both of us know here that now Revenant's options are limited.
हाँ, I'm just going to
They
stick
have
around
to play
today.
on the
थोड़ा
back of utility.
सच सुनने का
Even
दिन
if
आज
they do
छोड़ना
use that
फिर भाई किसी
lockdown,
को
it
भी.
needs to go very well alongside the null
अनकट,
command if they want to
अनफिल्टर्ड,
deny that
अनबायस्ड
Hunter's fury.
कास्टिंग हो जाए. अरे
And
यार,
Hoax
कास्टिंग का
anticipating it
स्पीड
is
नहीं
playing
जमता मेरे
very, very far back towards defender spawn almost.
को. इतना अच्छे से नहीं आता
The
कास्टिंग.
null command used though to make sure that the fragment can't come out, but immediately the Hunter's Fury from all the way back in defender side spawn to destroy that lockdown.
खास नहीं है मैं
Allows
कास्टिंग.
everyone to stay on site
बहुत
to play
मतलब
the secret agent.
नॉलेज चाहिए गेम का.
To deny Ember now, play across the shadows.
Guys,
time
Lord
to
Sai,
fight.
Lord Sai, Lord Sai
Try to
sound
get
round
another.
निकालेगा, देखना.
Gravity well to buy him some time in the backup now coming through. As God's Reign, they look for match point. Ember with the triple will be the anchor. As God's Reign boil it down.
Lord Sai ने
to
बहनचोद एक
1v4
गोली नहीं मारी है
Josh
राउंड में
now
अभी तक.
With an impossible task, with nowhere to go, nowhere to hide, and
अब मारी 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 मारी.
it's time
Lord
to bring
Sai.
God's Reign's dreams back alive. And you can see
Lord
just
Sai.
how much that means to them.
I hope this momentary breath of relief doesn't end
सब बैठ के मेरा वॉच पार्टी
removing
देख
them
रहा है.
from the
यूपोरे
pressure
फोटो
of the
भेजा है.
equation. Mind you, it's God's Reign who are very much at risk to get out of this tournament earlier. Because Revenant already
फोटो
won
में ऐसा
map
लग रहा है
one.
हेलेव अभी अभी उठ के आया है.
Undoubtedly, God's Reign do have the more pressure here.
हेलेव शायद फाइनल्स में गॉड्स रेन आ रही है तो थोड़ा और सो सकता है, टेंशन नहीं है.
You have map point.
आई मीन
What's the reply from Revenant? They have a very, very passive Josh S waiting outside B main, while the rest of Revenant try and focus their efforts in towards that A side.
It's all about the look. It's something that Josh S had lots of success with in Icebox, and they're trying to make it happen once again, but it's easier said than done. Because with that Odin going brrr, God's Reign happy to leave the Hunters, solo anchor towards that B side, and heavy stack towards the A. Sai has got the read. And his read
If
might
Lord
just
Sai
come
wins this
alive.
event, I'll send you something
Because
special in
Revenant heading
DM.
straight into the stack
बहुत गंदा sound
with
कर रहा है
that
bro.
Ninja utility.
समथिंग स्पेशल इन माय
This
डीएम.
is set up to be a grinder, man. It might just be a massacre.
छी.
Oh, before they all
OT नहीं
suppressed.
जाएगा,
Dead
जीत
giveaway.
गए.
50 seconds.
Let's go guys. Lord Sai,
Time is gonna
Lord
be
Sai in the chat.
crucial
Are we going
if
for a game
Revenant
3?
want to try and pull this one
Lord
out of the
Sai.
bag.
Will this watch party
At
continue
this
for
point,
VLT also?
I
If
think they need to try and exercise Josh
Ganda
S's
sits.
position to
क्या
maybe
हुआ अंकिता,
sell
मैंने कुछ बोला?
1 or 2 rotations. But it's gonna be
the
hard.
knife,
मैंने कुछ बोला?
the knife OG, I think it only got Blackhawk out, so Gotcharin might not know that this is
अंकिता
actually
भी
going
आ
to be
गई.
a full hit. Josh is now
Blackhawk is
coming through
actually
on market.
rotated, yeah.
As soon as he makes that
कौन
alarm
बचा
bot,
है
he's
अभी?
sure to cause at least
यार
one
क्रिप्स को भी
rotation
बुला लो यार,
to
डिस्कॉर्ड पे बुला के
Actually,
कास्टिंग
we
करवा
just
लेते हैं
choose-
उससे.
We're gonna play deep on site. Astras over towards B.
Lord Sai, guys,
Still
focus,
attacks
focus,
that
Lord
on the
Sai.
A side. It's all down to Knight Rider with the Blaze Sword to make something happen. For no,
Lord Sai,
it's
Lord
his
Sai.
mirror. One tap got to find
Wow.
one. Josh's has come through on the lurk, and it's all
तो
falling
पहला
apart.
लॉर्ड साई मर गया मैच.
Knight Rider so close with that operator. A lot of pressure on this man to try and deliver the closure, and he gets the shot on Josh S.
हो गया हो गया हो गया हो गया, निकल गया
Not
राउंड,
good
निकल
in
गया
the
निकल गया
retake
निकल
they
गया.
needed to get this map done and dusted with Blackhawk close range with the Spectre can absolutely shred.
लॉर्ड
But he
साई.
needs to be accounted for. They have Hoax right around the corner, and Knight Rider swapping weaponry. He has the blades available.
हाय
He
हाय
has the close
नहीं.
range
Ah,
range,
nice one.
prioritizing the fight.
Oh,
Gets the
fuck.
triple, and it's all on Ember. 1 versus 2 to close this map right here, right now. He's gonna be.
Oh!
And he continues to do so.
लॉर्ड साई.
Sets them a scorch with the blaze as he continues to fume on the server. But is this gonna be enough? No, it isn't.
Oh my god!
We go the distance.
Switching sides.
God.
Overtime.
How many times has Ember been in that position in a 1v8 situation with such high pressure on him? The stakes absolutely insane. The pressure like a cooker just boiling down on him. But Ember, every single time, cool as a cucumber, manages to pull it off. But this time he just doesn't have enough time. That Astra may control all space and time. Ember may be the galaxy brain, but that Spike does not operate their way.
My
Ay, ay,
goodness
ay.
Christ.
This match absolutely
क्या कर सकते हैं?
insane.
ये राउंड एकदम सिमर सिटी के वैलो करियर जैसा
At
था.
this point, dude,
ऑलमोस्ट बन गया था.
what do you even say? Ember tried his very best. And everybody just having a chaotic round in that first half. Because you look at the rotation committed by Josh S through mid, all the way to 3, and then to try and backstab into its heaven. Knight Rider did everything he could in the position that he was put on. Man,
What a map.
I love this game.
I'm going to tie you up for finals.
Overtime though, and immediately that Reverend
Sir, what you are
timeout
in?
called out. I think at this point it's less strategical and more motivational.
I
Maybe
want
we'll
any
see some
jinx.
of those
अच्छा आगे का
snaps,
मैसेज
but
नहीं पढ़ा
we
मैंने.
certainly need the
ठीक
motivation
है
to
ठीक
clap
है, नहीं
them
करूंगा.
in
नहीं हूँ
game.
मैं शायद वॉच पार्टी नहीं कर रहा मैं VLT
But
वाला.
that's nice though. Clap in game, clap out of game. Clap in game, clap out of game.
Sense. I mean, at this point, Knight Rider, we expected so much of him, but it's Vibor stepping up to the plate massively.
पूरा मैसेज नहीं पढ़ा था, सॉरी
He's
सर.
been
पूरा
an
पढ़ लिया मैंने.
influential member in God's reign to turn around key rounds. Of course, it's a delight to
LF
see
का call
Ember
आ रहा है क्या?
performing the way he is, especially on this defense
नहीं
duty.
आ रहा है. चलो. गाइस मेरे को अभी भी लगता है सायनाथ जीत जाएगा ये मैच.
Technical pause just to help us all calm down. To ensure that the adrenaline rush after that last round, which looked like we might just would have been headed into bind.
एनर्जी चाहिए अपने को, एनर्जी चाहिए. मतलब मेरे
After that,
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, मैं अपने को
Gosling,
गेम
he's
3
literally
देखना है.
back.
एनर्जी
That's
चाहिए.
gonna
लॉर्ड
be
सायनाथ.
such a big heartbreak for Ember because he had such a great map. 21, 18, 13 on the Astra. I
Yeah.
think it's his best agent.
You know, I just hope that one of the players didn't break their keyboard or break their chair. Well, they almost thought that they won this. Oh goodness Christ! Only God knows what would have happened.
एलएफ
But hey,
बाहर जाना है
I
यार.
think
बहुत time हो
it
गया
was day 5 where we had a similar scene with technical pauses plaguing overtime. It does cause a lot of problems, especially considering you need
ओए
to be
सिड
at your
मैनेजर
A
है
game,
पर
right?
खेलना तो एकदम नहीं
You
आता.
need to win both rounds if you have to win out in OT.
मोनाली जी वो माँ बाप को गाली देने वाला टाइमिंग क्या था? कितना और कूल डाउन कितना है?
All about
मैं भूल
how
गया
the
टाइमिंग क्या
player
था.
could
आधे
push it
घंटे का
all the
कूल
way
डाउन
back.
लगता है
And
मेरे
we
को. मैं
talked
माँ बाप की
about
गाली
one
नहीं दे
thing
सकता मैं.
that I'm seeing,
3-10
which is
3-10
the
ठीक है
operator for one tap got
ब्रो.
didn't come
वापस आना
through
आप
in
3-10
the
बजे.
regulation rounds much in their
आप 3-10
defensive
बजे
half,
वापस
but
आना.
now you know what time he decided to pull out a glass
Sid
cannon.
going huge.
Love it.
चिड़ भाई उसने बहुत कुछ बोला है कल लाइव में. एक
point.
टीम जाती है तो दूसरी
He's
टीम
able
बूट
to
कैंप
pick
आती
up a
है.
crucial
जीतना
position
अरे
down
छोड़ो
wide.
यार.
Can he squeeze them like grapes though?
छोड़ो
God's
वो
rain,
सब.
because they're moving into this A
Ooh.
side. The four-man
Yeah, shoot,
line.
pull.
And
Oh,
they
no.
make sure they're all
Security.
stuck. Whimp with the
Whimp finally showing Cribs why he's not a useless
Astro
player
pull
and
was so big, so
सॉरी
brilliant.
मतलब वही है. फ्लो नहीं आता मेरे को
Oh,
कास्टिंग में.
no.
नहीं तो कर सकता था मैं कास्टिंग. फ्लो का प्रॉब्लम है थोड़ा.
God's rain. Seems that it might have come
One enemy remaining.
at a bare
Oh
minimum
no, Lord
cost
Sai.
to an end. That fragment, that play. Ay, ay, ay.
Switching sides.
Not the way that it was supposed to end.
Going
ब्रो 500 की कॉफी
huge.
कितनी चलेगी ब्रो? मैं तुमको एक हैक बताता हूँ. मिडिल क्लास हैक. स्टारबक्स की कॉफी कभी जल्दी जल्दी मत पियो.
man. The four-man
क्योंकि
cannon
जब बर्फ
off
पिघलता
from
है
Blackhawk.
तो आपको एक के पैसे में 2 कॉफी
Truly
मिलती
puts
है.
fear into their hearts, and then the
Mix
fragment
करते
to
रहने
ensure
का.
they can't go away. Whimp knows
कॉफी
that they're
बढ़ेगी.
gonna try to
Dubai.
cross over and just beautifully
The
control
middle
the
class
catch
hack.
man to pick up a double. And now Revenant, against all odds, against the run of play, they picked up match point, and they're gonna look to pick up the pace. A fast they hit on the cards here, OG, as Revenant look to take this side. No way board to hold it down. It's just Ember on his lonesome. For a
Exactly
match
what I
point,
do.
and potentially series point.
एक घंटा
Finals
चलता है
going
मस्त
round is
20.
going to be a
ब्रो मैं मिडिल
5v5.
क्लास लोगों की बात कर रहा हूँ यार. आप लोग तो वीएलटी में हो यार.
Not an impossible one for the like of God's rain. They have
15
utility,
20
they
20 लाख
have
मिल रहा है
weaponry,
साइनिंग बोनस.
they have everything in position
और क्या
to
मिला था तेरे को?
clinically retake this A site.
आई थिंक बाइक भी मिली है एक्सकैली को जितना मैंने सुना था.
Positions
दिखाई
from
नहीं है अभी
Revenant
तक.
are pretty decent. Nobody looking towards door, however. Ember finds the opener. Quick trade from One Tap God. They now breach their way from heaven and rain down all hell on One Tap, who's just dancing in hell with a shotty. Oh, what a jump! Hoax finds the opening.
देखो एसएडीएल वाला बोल रहा है. आप भी एसएडीएल में ही हो. ठीक है.
Hold on though, and Josh has
मार दे. उफ,
he finds the monstrous clutch. Revenant send God Squad backing with the godlike clutch. What in hell did we see?
Josh S's look
Dubai.
is once again it breaks that map. Oh my lord, and really puts Revenant
यार.
through this game. As soon as that post plan started, my eyes were just on the map. Revenant, they tried their best to hold on to the site.
दिल
but
टूट
all
गया.
the
बट दिल
utility
टूट गया.
available for
मेरा
God's
दिल
rain
ये नहीं टूटा कि
beautifully
सिमर हार
denied.
गया.
It all came
तो
back.
एक घंटे में वॉच पार्टी
Josh
खत्म हो
is
गया
the
मेरा.
player who is setting up these insane lurks on Icebox, does it one last time to secure Revenant's spot in the main event, to secure their chance at redemption, at revenge.
ए भाई उठा उठा.
against
हेलेप को जाके
Velocity,
उठाओ.
and
रेवेनेंट है अभी.
make their way to the grand finals.
उठाओ थोड़ा वार्म अप वगैरह करवाओ उससे. रेवेनेंट है ब्रो.
What a game, man.
उठाओ
The
जाके
last
हेलेप
two
को.
rounds ended in such an abrupt fashion. First was that
डीएम
utility
जाके उठा
down
ले ब्रो.
towards main. This unbelievable matchup.
मुंह वगैरह धोने बोल उसको. फोटो भेजा है
where
यूफो ने. उसमें
Revenant
एकदम
came out in front
नींद में लग रहा था.
2-0.
लास्ट मैच वॉच
Surely
पार्टी का
felt
यार.
like
राहुल भाई यार
they broke a sweat,
वो
and
जोकर
more
के
than just a sweat on map 2.
बेबी का बर्थडे है तो वी हैव टू लीव एट अराउंड
They did,
5.
however, display dominance.
अभी अगर
begin the
तुरंत
day
शुरू
with
हो गया तो कर सकते हैं.
BLT
कि अभी अगर वो लोग देखो
now
3:30
have to
तक
ready up,
चालू हुआ
face up
तो आई थिंक
against
5 बजे तक
a Revenant
BLT जीत
esports
जाएगा
that
2-0.
feels like they're in
तो
their
पूरा
mojo.
फाइनल्स अपन कर सकते हैं वॉच
They
पार्टी.
showed that they can win a map with dominance. They showed that they can win a,
अच्छा 4
win a
PM है.
match
ये
with
तो मुश्किल है.
absolute grit
4 PM का शेड्यूल है. मतलब 5
What
बजे
else
तक
could you
VLT
ask
आएगा सर्वर में.
from this lower finals.
लेट हो
CA.
जाएगा फिर.
I think we got everything that we
अच्छा
desired.
BO5 है.
Yeah, we got a beautiful storm by Revenant.
दो
We got a
घंटा.
comeback as well. From 12-11 down,
2 घंटा.
it came down to 1 second in that last round, and in overtime, when it looked like they were done for, they found match point. And then in that match point, when it looked like the retake was successful, Josh has pulled off a miracle Revenant, they secure their spot.
One enemy
Now
remaining.
they've got to contend with velocity.
अच्छा
They will
चलता
get a
हूँ
small break, but
दुआओं
for
में
now,
याद
I think
रखना
they
ब्रो
will be happy
VLT ये
getting
फाइनल
more to
जीतेगा
the main event.
दिल से मेरे को पता है
Undoubtedly so. Right now, the
3-0
rest of the evening,
मेरे हिसाब से
they're gonna be
3-0
playing
है
for those $3,000. Having a lot.
बाय बाय वार्म अप टाइम
Like what was that?
करो करो
That's when I kind of lost my mind with one tap god. But yeah, they'll have a lot to say
चुप
about
एकदम
their
चुप
game against VLT because
चलो
if any
भाई
of the
बस फन
viewers
सुना मैं
remember how
सुनना
the matchup
आप
in the
जॉर्डन
upper
गिफ्ट
finals
देते
went
हो
against
एक
Revenant and VLT, all of us remember how
जॉर्डन का
close
पता
it
नहीं
was
ब्रो
on
जूता
map
दे
2 and
सकता हूँ
map
आपको
3,
एक गिफ्ट
especially
में
map 2 where VLT they hit what round number 8
अपने
and
पैर
after
पे
that they
पहन के
didn't
दूंगा
feel
आपको एक
like
छाप
even a
जूते का
semblance
दे
of
सकता हूँ
themselves. Revenant were just completely in control on Icebox.
One enemy remaining.
And things went in a heartbreaking fashion, but that's a story that very well could change today, CA. One tap god looks as fearless as ever.
यार पता है सबसे ज्यादा मेरे को बुरा क्या लग रहा है तो सिमर आ रहा है संडे के दिन वो भी बैंगलोर में मतलब आज दुख में किधर जा भी नहीं पाएगा वो बाहर सब जल्दी बंद हो जाता है
Favored role, but the op just didn't find value.
सैटरडे कर लेना
There's
चाहिए
a lot
था
of factors, right? It's
semi-final.
not necessarily Knight Rider's fault.
Bye, EMI, bye.
Revenant rather playing beautifully around that op, and that's the point I really want to deliver. I think Revenant, they acknowledge that they can't necessarily give Knight Rider those favorite positions and made sure that he had a very, very difficult time. And without that high impact op, high impact player, you can see not so easy for God's Reign.
VLT का फुल फॉर्म क्या है वेरी लेट टीम
That
50-50 मिनट लेट आते तुमने सुना है जिंगल बेल
secure to help Ember secure that
50-50 मिनट लेट आते बे सर्वर में ज्यादा एटीट्यूड आ गया ब्रो
It seemed like in overtime Revenant was better prepared. First this paranoia combo to help
अभी
them get match point and then the lurk you can see on the
बेस्ट टीम है ना वो लोग इंडिया के तो थोड़ा एटीट्यूड आ गया वो
He's sneaking his way in.
अभी ग्लोबल चला गया ना तो वो लोग बाय
Ching
डिफॉल्ट
just to buy
ऊपर आ
some
गए
time and then Knight Rider
तो
just surprised by this white
एटीट्यूड आ गया
swing.
थोड़ा लेट वेट आते
Josh has to find a huge, huge clutch. Just beautifully played all together by Revenant.
And Revenant truly showing class and form. Both Ching and Josh has living up to the hype, living up to their name, living up to the experience these members have. What a series. God's Reign truly
कितना मारा है
did put
लॉर्ड
Revenant
साय
to the
ने
test.
अभी मारा है यार
With them carrying
18
the
किल मारे
lead,
भाई दो मैच
just
में 8 का एवरेज पूरा
as
नहीं
you
है
thinking, right? When Ember pulled off that 1 versus 2 in regulation, what if he had just a
नहीं
little
ये
more
मैप में
time?
18 मारे सॉरी ये मैप में 18 मारे माय
Yeah,
बैड माय
exactly,
ये मैप में
right?
ये मैप में
And that
माय बैड
that little round.
मैं वही
just
सोचूं मैं जो
proves
सिमर
how
इतना गंदा
close
नहीं
it
खेलता
really
यार
went. And I don't
ये
think we
मैप
can
में
take
18 है
anything
सॉरी
away from God's Reign.
दोनों
They
का
put
नहीं
up a tremendous fight. I think what they will be
एक मैप
disappointed
का
with is Icebox.
आई
And that's
रियलाइज
where the veto and props to be given to the coach because Revenant, they
अबे
came
बिंग
in with a
शॉट्स कब
plan.
से कर रहे हो उसके घर पे जाके उसका शॉट
Icebox
उतर के
map was
उसको ये दो दो
absolutely
अभी तुम लोग
crucial.
जाके
And
क्यों
even though
स्पैम
these
कर
were
रहे हो
two
यार वॉच
players,
पार्टी
even
कर
though
रहे हो
God's
बिंग
Reign
शॉट्स
did
बिंग
bounce back, at
शॉट्स
the end of the day, they're human beings.
कौन
and
हो
it
तुम लोग
had to have an effect to lose that bad, right? Revenant just able to claw their way back, win this match.
इधर आओ तुम मालिक चैलेंज
चैलेंज मैं रेडी हूँ हाँ
अमाया को प्रपोज करो यही
यहाँ पे
हाँ
बुलाओ अमाया
चीख के ठीक है चीख के पता लगना चाहिए हाँ।
Hey, अमाया आई लाइक यूज
You like Siaz? ठीक है हमको क्या
रिंग के साथ
रिंग किधर है रिंग खरीदना पड़ेगा ना व्यंजन
ना हम पे हम
मैं गाड़ी में रख दिया था मैंने गाड़ी में रख दिया
क्या बोल रहा हूँ उसकी है और उसको क्या एक छोटी सी एक SMG एक छोटी सी बच्चों के जैसे नॉलेज
नहीं ना सर आप तो तुम्हें SMG दोगे मेरे को
जैक कार्लोस को
यही नहीं अभी और सुनिए
आई लाइक यूज
आई लव यू भी बोलना है
सियाज इधर आ मुझे लाइक बोला
बाकी सब तो ठीक है मेटा कर रहा है भाई बैन करो इसको सर्वर से ये सब अलाउड होता है क्या
बजा रहे बैकग्राउंड
एक मिनट
तो यार मैं बजा रहा मैं बैकग्राउंड बजा
क्या ये सब अलाउड है
मैं सामने खड़े रहो इसके सामने खड़े रहो हाँ रस की रिंग के सामने
परमा बैन मिलना चाहिए मेरे हिसाब से एटलीस्ट बेयर मिनिमम 3 हफ्ते का बैन।
मैं यहाँ पे खड़ा रहूंगा जब तक वो हाँ नहीं बोलती। बराबर
हाँ
ना?
वही वही
बोल रहा हूँ कट गया।
वो सेवन हो रहा है इधर।
क्यों कर रहा है ये सब?
मैं क्या कर रहा? आरती है। वो सी मतलब है आरती।
तू खत्म कर।
I am sorry, बाबू।
ठीक है, ठंडक मिली, देख लिया बिंग शॉस, ठंडक मिली आप लोग को जो भी थे चैट में, अच्छा लगा। जो खड़ा था वो बैठ गया, अभी हो गया।
Ravenite Esports to pull off this underdog upset. It got very
Then
close
we
in the
move
upper
on.
finals, and considering now they have 2 more maps if they want to try and truly pull it the distance, as it is going to be a best of 5,
ठीक है, इतनी हो
they
गया।
have their chance.
I think Vibor, though, he's going to be
2-0।
the
अच्छा,
most
RNT
devastated.
से
He
2
actually
बार
got
हारे
the
मतलब
overall
एक इवेंट
MVP. He
में।
had better ACS than Shing even.
कोई बात
And
Yeah.
that's what I meant. Like, it's one of his favorite
2-1
areas, that
RNT।
Killjoy.
अच्छा मैच
So you
होगा
could see the
मतलब मेरे
kind of
हिसाब से।
impact he was able to create,
अच्छा मैच
double
हो
on
सकता
double on double throughout that defensive half. But despite all his success, despite his heroics, the
है। अच्छा, एक
protagonist
काम
just
करते हैं,
instantly
देखो
shut down. And
फाइनल्स
hey,
तो अभी शुरू नहीं
at
हो
the
रहा है,
end
आई
of the
थिंक
day, Revenant
टाइम है
clawed their way
फाइनल
back.
शुरू होने
They've
को।
had a tremendous run. The only team to
फाइनल
play the
शुरू होने
3
को आई
map
थिंक टाइम है,
series, the only
तो मैं
team
एक काम करता हूँ, आई
to
थिंक
fight in through a comeback,
मेरे
to
पास एक
find the
सोल्यूशन है।
source.
देखो, मैं फटाफट जाके ना रेडी होता हूँ, क्योंकि 5:15 5:30 को यहाँ से निकलना है अपने को। तो 1 आवर 1 आवर का जो ब्रेक है ना, लेट मी गो गेट रेडी। रेडी होके मैं स्ट्रीम पे बैठता हूँ, सो दैट आई कैन लीव। एक हाथ मैच वॉच पार्टी करके लीव कर सकता हूँ। रिएक्शन के लिए एनर्जी नहीं है, नींद आ रही है मेरे को, तो मैं नहा धो के आता हूँ थोड़ा, और 1-2 मैच हो सकता है। वॉच पार्टी मत कर यार, रिएक्शन स्ट्रीम वगैरह रात को करेंगे यार, अभी नहीं। 1 आवर का ब्रेक है या लॉर्ड साइनाथ के लिए जाते जाते कोई गाना बजा सकते हैं क्या अपन? लॉर्ड साइनाथ के लिए हम लोग कौन सा गाना बजा सकते हैं? एक सेकंड चेक करने दो। स्कैम वी नो ब्रो, मैंने वॉच पार्टी बोला तो मैं वॉच पार्टी करने आया हूँ क्या? स्कैम यार, थोड़ा लेट हो गया, मतलब मेरे को लगा वो फर्स्ट मैच चलेगा, बट वो कुछ 8-9 मिनट में खत्म हो गया वो फर्स्ट मैच के लिए। चलो सिमर सेठी के लिए हम एक गाना बजा के जाते हैं लास्ट में। थैंक यू फॉर ट्यूनिंग इन, आई विल बी बैक इन अबाउट एज सून एज आई एम रेडी। एज सून एज आई एम रेडी आई विल बी बैक इन ऑन स्ट्रीम। नया स्ट्रीम चालू करेंगे, ठीक है? सिमर सेठी, दिस इज फॉर यू। गुड नाइट, टेक, आई मीन आई विल बी बैक।
थी मुझ में जीतने का घुसा था जो कीड़ा, रूल यही था बस झेलनी थी मेहनत की पीड़ा। छोटी छोटी आंखों में दिन और रातों में बड़े बड़े सपने लिए, खुद पे यकीन और सब पे भरोसा, ना किसी ने टोका। बेपरवाह सोया खोया था, धोखा होना ही तो था। दुनिया निकली कमीनी, बड़ी देर हुई जब जाने में पाया सबने बनाया चूतिया। चूतिया बन चुका हूँ मैं, चूतिया 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 बन चुका हूँ मैं, चूतिया। बचपन से ही था, खड़ा हुआ हथियार भी लड़कपन से ही था, बना हुआ औजार मेरा बचपन से ही था, खड़ा हुआ हथियार भी लड़कपन से ही था। एक जोश था, कहाँ होश था, चुतिया पे का गोश था। यारों की यारी या फिर प्यार दिखाती नारी, पूरी दुनिया ने मेरी गान पटक के मारी, दिखने में लगती सबकी सूरत बोली भारी, थोड़ा मौका मिलते ठोका मिलके सबने बारी बारी। मैं कुछ चूतिया, बड़ा दर्द हुआ बड़े प्यार से जब लोगों ने बजाया चूतिया, चूतिया बन चुका हूँ मैं, चूतिया, चूतिया, चूतिया बन चुका हूँ मैं, चूतिया। बेपरवाह सोया खोया था, धोखा होना ही तो था, दुनिया निकली कमीनी, बड़ी देर हुई जब जान में पाया सबने बनाया, सोचा था जिंदगी को जीत लूंगा, पूरे जहां की खुशियां खींच लूंगा, किसे पता था बेंचो किसे खबर थी, ये सीधी नहीं आड़ी टेढ़ी चोदू जैसी गांडू